As you know by now, this month we're looking to reduce heart disease and heart attacks, especially in women. So this morning, lifestyle and expert in fitness and an RN, Robbie Raw, is back with ways that we can all start to halt heart disease enjoying a plant-based diet.
Hi.
Good morning. Nice to have you back.
Thank you.
Well, you're living proof of how this works. So look at her. She looks phenomenal.
Well, ditto. And I know you eat a lot of this, Linda.
Try, yes.
And you know, in medicine, there's two worlds of thought. You know, one is using drugs as a cure, and the other one is using food as a cure. And in Western medicine, as a health professional, we're not as good, you know, as in using food as medicine. But, you know, with heart disease, and certainly we've talked about cancer before, it's so important that people are eating a plant-based diet, rich in omega-3s. And by the way, there's nothing here, you don't see any oil here.
No.
I have talked about healthy oil before, but quite frankly, oil is very high in fat. It's 100% fat. There's 14 grams of fat in 1 tablespoon. And so, you know, it's lacking nutrients. So really, I use vegetable broth. What people need to focus on really is beans, legumes, lentils, all of these rich vegetables that are, you know, the pink, the blue, the red, the yellow, everything that's going to fuel and feed your body, have high phytonutrients, high in antioxidants. The grains that we've talked about that are obviously sprouted grains are my favorite because they are so nutrient dense. I think the hardest thing for people to understand is that what they eat really affects their health. It can prevent and reverse disease, or it can cause disease.
Yes.
And I find that with patients, who come to me with heart problems, cancer, whatever it is, they don't realize the impact of their foods. I know you do.
Well, look at this. You brought, this is 5 pounds?
5
this
pounds
is
of
5
fat.
pounds
It's so heavy.
of fat, okay? And think about, you've got a few pounds to lose, think about how many pounds you really should lose. This is only 5 pounds. Yeah. You're asking your heart to supply, this is just 5 pounds, with blood. Your heart is working so hard to get blood through these capillaries, through all this extra fat that you don't even need.
Right.
If you can reduce the fat in your body, think about how much easier your heart is, not even mentioning that your heart is probably compromised because you already have the lining in the heart that's full of cholesterol, and your arteries might already be narrowed.
Absolutely. This fat is visceral fat. This is the deep fat that is easy to put on and hard to take off.
Right there.
Yes, exactly, and accumulates. And these blood vessels, that just shows that it's around the organ. So you can be skinny fat, and of course, it's heavy. You feel it, and people are carrying that around. And if you're trying to reduce your risk of heart disease, having your chest cracked open, dying, don't put fuel to the fire by eating processed food, by eating foods that have no nutritional value, foods that are processed, and of course any kind of saturated fat that we know ruins the lining of our arteries and everything else.
Robbie, when we're born, we have these perfect little vessels.
Yes.
And we start out perfect. And what we do to our bodies with stuff like this, and we abuse ourselves by eating too much and drinking too much, it's amazing we're not dying even at younger ages. It's amazing how much the body will put up with before it sends you a signal through heart disease or something like that.
Absolutely. I say if it comes from a plant, you can eat it. If it was made in a plant, has a face or a mother, don't eat it.
Right.
I mean, if you're trying to reverse disease, halt disease, prevent disease, I'm motivated by that because of my family history. I know you are, Linda.
Me too.
And people just have to take this seriously. And these are foods that are wonderful to eat. They're so tasty. But we live in a processed food society.
We had a doctor on at the Heart Healthy Luncheon who was saying start every meal with a salad or vegetables or fruits.
Absolutely.
So if it's breakfast, fruits or vegetables, anything that you can have like that, because it's filling, fills you up, it's fiber rich, and he said the only liquid he recommends, water.
That's
Straight
what
water
I recommend.
to continue flushing out and to continue filling up those capillaries and in your cells. and flushing this out.
Yeah, that's what I say. Either eat it or drink it, your green salad every day.
Right.
You can make a green smoothie, or if you have time, eat it. But these leafy green vegetables, they will help your body. Antioxidants, phytonutrients, all of the things. And people say, well, I need to eat fish. Well, not really. Fish eat plants for omega-3. So
There you go.
listen, you just need to eat the plants, the
Right.
foods of the earth that God created that you don't need to read a label on.
Spend more time in the aisles where these foods are available. And they say when you're working your supermarket, go to the outer ridges and you will find all of the organics, the better foods, the fresh foods, almost all on the outside rather than the inside. When you see these bright colors, I mean, look at that green, look at the eggplant. This is giving your body something it's starving for. So
Yes.
by all means, pay attention to that and really fill up on this stuff, because you'll find that you will be able to get enough protein, especially in these great grains that we have. And remember, everything that you're reading on the side of a box, that's not really food, it's a chemical, especially added sugar or corn syrup, is going right into your body and is turning it into fat.
Right, exactly. And
That's the bottom line.
There's so many foods that you can eat. Even this bar. This is a bar that I like. This is, it's seeds, it's nuts. And by the way, you don't want to eat that many seeds or nuts. And of course, chia seeds are great for omega-3s.
Everything in moderation.
But something that is a food bar, this will get bad quickly because there's
Right.
no preservatives in it and it's real food. Of course, all of this is organic, and I would highly recommend that.
Yeah.
But things that are high in fiber and rich in nutrients.
Your body is a temple. Remember that. People said that a long time ago, and it's true. Robbie's got a great book, and this is all in it too, The Raw Truth. So you can pick that up through her website at robbieraw.com.